Hey, this is Michael from the Hope team. It's been a while since I did any recording. Well, scratch that. I did several recordings, but they did not come out.
They weren't good enough.
Yeah, they weren't good enough, and I wanted everything to be perfect for y'all. So I'm here with a guest.
Oh wow, just a guess.
A friend, best friend, mentor, a guy.
That's a guy friend.
Here with a buddy. Yeah, so I'll let him introduce himself to y'all.
Cool. Now?
Yep.
Meow. All right. What's up, everybody? My name is Joshua Ortiz, aka the Rhino. No, I'm just kidding. No, my name is Joshua Ortiz. I am Native American, if you can't tell already. So I come from two different tribes mainly. Half Navajo on my mother's side, so Yat to those of you who are Navajo. Then I am San Juan Pueblo from my father's side, so Gahiwon for my for my table listeners out there.
So from a Yatahe to a Gahiwon. All my brothers.
Yeah, and everything in between. Anyway, so believe it or not, I am a staff member here at the Indian Bible College where the Hope team is currently studying for their degrees in various subjects and whatnot. My background info, I don't know, like what do you want me to talk about there?
Your social security number, bank
Your
info,
chart number,
yeah, routing number, all that good stuff.
Oh well, luckily I carry that on me all the time.
No, I guess more of like background, like what do you call it? I guess how you came into this Christian lifestyle. So like kind of what brought you just neck of the woods?
Brought you here, yeah.
Why are you believing, man?
He's like, you don't even go here.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, how I became a Christian. So I was born in Las Vegas, Nevada. City, Sin City. So I was born in sin.
Yeah.
Yeah, my umbilical cord's buried underneath the circus. So, so that way I always return home. Yeah. But no, I was born in Las Vegas, Nevada. I have one little brother. He is married and has two children. But for my story, yeah, I grew up there till I was about like maybe 10 years old. And then we moved from there to San Juan Pueblo, New Mexico. And then things just kind of went off the rails there for a while. My mother passed away when I was 14. That was hard. That was a shock. And my dad, he was there, but like he was not there, if you get my meaning. And I needed him to be there, and in a lot of ways he wasn't. I know he tried, but he didn't. And we've come to terms about that. We've talked about that, so we're good. So yeah, throughout high school, after my mom passed, I had a best friend commit suicide. That was crazy too. Really got into partying, drugs, alcohol, relationships, you name it. Drug dealing too. Just walking around a vast amount of cash in my pocket. I'm not.
So they called you ATM.
Yeah, ATM. Yeah. That was my Indian name.
So walks with cash.
Yeah, walks with cash, not Johnny Cash. Oh man. Anyway, yeah. So I was into all that stuff, and started getting in trouble with the law, and with people, with just doing crazy stuff. And I remember one day I was sitting at home just chilling, and my dad and I graduated high school, and I'm just, kicking back at home and not really doing much. My dad asked me, what are you going to do with your life? Basically, and he's like, yeah, you're
looking at it.
Yeah, you're looking at it. Yeah. Yeah. That's pretty. Yeah, that was my mindset though. I'm like, yeah, that's pretty much what I'm gonna do. And he's like, yeah, you've got to do something. And he's like, you've got way too much going on for you. Because I did well in school, I guess, so to speak. And mind is a terrible thing to waste, kids. So
yeah, and as I understand it, your family's pretty educated, right? So that put a lot of pressure.
Well, define educated.
So I believe is it your grandpa or your uncle or something that have really high degrees?
Yeah, my a lot of my family members are, college educated. My grandfather was an architect. My grandmother, she was head of Indian education for the school system that I was a part of. My grandma on my mom's side used to be a special education teacher, and then one of my aunts has like a doctorate in education. So yeah, I come from a pretty educationally driven. I can't even talk. Driven family. So yeah, I moved to Arizona after that, and then moved in with my grandma. And about 2 or 3 weeks later, her rules were, either you can. Rule one was, how do I say it? Get a job or go to school. You're not going to sit around and do nothing all day.
Mm-hmm.
And in the meantime, you can help your uncle with chores and stuff around the house. So that's where I learned how to chop woods.
Learn how to swing an axe.
Yeah. So yeah, I did all that stuff. So I did that. And her second rule was on Sundays everybody goes to church, and if you don't go to church, then you can stay home and do chores. So I was like, all right, well,
guess it's chores.
Yeah, guess it's chores. It's a complete opposite of that. So yeah, I eventually made my way to school. I went to school in Phoenix for a while. But I was like, I ain't doing chores. So which was kind of, a lose-lose for me in a sense anyway, because I ended up doing chores at church. So that's
how they get you?
Yeah, bait and switch. Promise food, but you got to sweep.
Yeah. You can either clean the stuff outside or you can clean the stuff inside.
Yeah. Your choice. Yeah. So yeah, I started going, and then about 2 or 3 weeks later, I heard a message, and most of it was in Navajo actually, but it really resonated with me what was being said. It was the John 14:6 passage. I am the way, the truth, and the life, and no one comes to the Father but through me. And me, I'm 18-year-old, just arrogant kid. Thought I knew it all, and I was like, you know what? All right, let's see. Let's find out. And I asked God, if this is real, show me. And He definitely has proven that time and time again that He is the way, the truth, and the life throughout my life. But I did struggle with my faith after coming to Christ. I didn't really tell anybody. It was kind of like, it's me, myself, and I. Me against the world. Tupac Shakur. But yeah, that was kind of my mindset, and that was far from the truth. That was a lie I gave into, because it's really not. You need a body, you need a community to help you to achieve that that righteousness, that godliness. So let's see. Yeah, so I struggled for a long time, mainly with alcohol. I getting drunk all the time, and then come Sunday, I'm like, I'll go to church and get right with God, and we're good, But that was well, that was what we call consumerism Christianity. You know, where you take what you want and what you don't want, you just leave. And Christianity, following Christ, isn't a buffet. It ain't no China Star. Can't just get what you want. You got to take the whole shebang. You pay $10, might as well. So yeah, that was how my life was for a while. It came to a head when I got arrested here at Flagstaff for some dumb stuff. I won't go into details about that, but I remember I was sitting in jail, you know, and I was in there for a little while, and I was like, man, this sucks, you know, and I want to get out of here, and you know, honestly, yeah, I was a bit scared too. I was like, man, I don't know what's gonna happen, and I just want to get out of here. I want to go home, and so I began praying, like, God, help me get out, and when I get out, I'm gonna turn my life around because this is nonsense. And so I did that. I eventually made my way to Colorado, where I, you know, went through treatment, got the help I needed, and then got out, and then the rest is history. Just kidding. Yeah, I got out and eventually made my way to IBC first as a part-time student, then as a full-time student, and then I graduated and
Well, I guess
came on staff.
I guess before, like, that, like, how did you hear about, like, IBC? Like, was it, like, you just wandering down the street and saw a
No, it's
building?
like IBC Hope Team.
Yeah.
Well, for you listeners out there, the Hope Team didn't start till like a couple years ago, and I've been here for almost 10. So.
Dang.
No, so my family actually has a long history with this place. I had a couple aunts and uncles who came here when it was still the Southwestern School of Missions. And then I had a cousin who came, and then some of my other relatives took part-time classes here as well. But the way I heard about the main part of how I heard and eventually came to IBC was through one of the past instructors that was here. He was a Korean guy. Didn't understand a word what he was saying, but sounded good. I'm just kidding. But no, he so on Friday evenings he would go out to where my grandma's house is at, and he would lead a Bible study. And this is just right after I got out of rehab, and the rehab I went to was very biblically driven, very Christ-centered. So like I came out and I was like a sponge. I was just hungry for information. I wanted to know the Bible. I wanted to know more about God. I wanted to know about Christ, His healing work. Because I mean, man, here I was, healed, and, well, partially anyway. So he came and I was asking all these questions, and he would talk to me, and he said, man, you need to come to IBC, come to the Indian Bible College. And I'm like, nah, man, that ain't for me. Yeah, I was like, I'm good. Like I said, I was arrogant. Probably still am anyway. But at the time, I was pursuing a career in medicine. I wanted to be a doctor.
Medicine man.
Yeah. He's like, define medicine.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I wanted to be a medical doctor, and that's what my background is in. I got schooling in some of those practices. Anyway, I was pursuing that, and like I remember one day I was just like, man, I felt bored. I even felt a little bit depressed. Like, man, is this all that's there? Is this it? Like, and it just didn't sit well with me. So I talked to my grandma about it, and she's just real good friends with this instructor I was going out. So she told him about it, and he approached me one evening, and he would do it every single Friday, But this time he was like really like adamant about it because he would ask me, go to IBC, go to IBC, and every time I'd be like, nah, no, get out of here, get out of my grandma's house, leave the cookies.
My grandma's not home.
Yeah, get out of here. I'll sick my dog on you. No, but I just kept telling him, no, that's not me. And so finally he was like, well, I'll make you a deal. He said, come to IBC part-time. If you like it, stay as for however long the Lord is calling you, leading you to be here. Or, if not, then we'll just drop it and we'll figure something else out. Because he was telling me, I heard about your situation, how you're feeling about your current studies and whatnot. And so I was like, okay, that makes sense. So I did that, and that's how I got here. Started off part-time, took 2 classes, just really fell in love with the material. But what really drew me to wanting to stay was, the guys that would come in. I mean, they were laughing and talking and had all these inside jokes and whatnot. And here I was just, some random dude sitting in the corner. But, I've never met Native American Christians my age. Everyone else was always just, really little or really old, which is okay. I mean, I just love people in general, but it was nice to be around guys my own age who I can talk with and just, vibe with. So yeah, that's what made me want to stay. And I remember I talked to Jason. It was funny. I called him James. I was like, "Hey James, can I talk to you for a minute?" He's like, "My name's Jason." I was like, "Oh, my bad." I was like, Dr. Coppin.
Yeah. Yeah, you were like, "Oh well, could you get James?"
Yeah, where is James?
I was told there was a James here. That's the only reason why I'm staying.
Yeah, so I talked to him, and he's like, "Yeah, talk to Daniel, and we'll get you signed up." And yeah, bing bang shaboom, I was here.
So, like, what made you kind of like want to kind of stay and like join staff? Like, I guess what led to that kind of decision? Was it more like wanted to teach and like or train other leaders or Christians?
Well, for one, the money. I'm just kidding. I was pretty broke at the time. No, that's a good question. Yeah, at the time so it was my senior year, and
Yeah, wait, because like not many students transfer to faculty, right?
yeah, it was, sometimes they they'll leave to pursue higher education. Sometimes some will stay just to feel it out, or others just leave. They make like a tree and leave.
Yeah.
Anyway, no, I stayed because well, let me get back to my story since I was rudely interrupted. I'm just kidding. No, it was my senior year, and Jason, the Bible college president here, was asking me, what am I going to do after I'm done? And senior year, pretty much everyone asks you that question when they find out you're a senior. And so I was like, I don't really know, man. And
yeah, it's like you're looking at it.
Yeah, you're looking at it. So you need to do something with your life. So let me see. That's funny. I was like, I don't really know what to do. So, but at the time I was working with Fifth Wind. That's the business that the Bible college owns. So I was working with Fifth Wind, really getting into that, and we mainly do a lot of woodworking and selling art and whatnot, and so I was getting into the production, woodworking aspect, as well as the business aspect, meeting new people and going out and selling stuff, which was really fun. But yeah, like I said, I don't know what I wanted to do, and it was the spring semester. Jason offered, he didn't offer the position, but he offered kind of the idea of it. He's like, we're looking for someone to fill in the role of director of work, and you are most likely candidate. The offer's not on the table. We're just asking you to think about it, pray about it, and then come back to me with what you're thinking. In a few months, years. Just kidding. So yeah, I thought about it, prayed through it, and it was actually, I remember the conversation. It was May, so like the tail end of the year, the school semester, and I was talking to Clint Ross, the dean of students here, and we were just talking about stuff and funny. I was kind of jokingly, but also like serious. Looked him straight in the eye, and I was like, "What do I need to do to take your job?" And he just looked at me, and he kind of laughed and he smiled, and he's like, "Are you serious?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm joking around, but yeah, I'm serious. Like, what do I need to do to like work here? Because I think this is what God wants me to do." And so he's like, "Well, let's talk about that." He's like, "What I want you to do is email Jason right away once we're done talking. Let him know." And he said, "I'll talk to him." And so then about a couple months later, I came on as a staff member, full-time staff, and then had to claw my way through the ranks, step on a few toes. But
the bodies we laid that day,
yeah,
were the foundation for what we have today.
Yeah, the brick and mortar. But I think the main reason I stayed on as staff was I knew this is what God was calling me to do. And I just love working with Native American people. It's kind of the same thing that, wanted me to stay here as a student in the first place. Was, those relationships I have with the guys and, with the community in general. And to see help and maybe even help students see the vision that there's so much more out there and they can be so much more, because human beings in general, we all have potential, but I have a special heart for Native people because, for one, I'm Native, and but I mean, I believe the devil wants us to believe that we're nothing, that we don't have value, that our lives are, ain't worth nothing. And that's how I felt, but when I was younger anyway. But I just want to help people see and realize their potential as people, as humans, Yeah, so that's, in a nutshell, that's where I'm at with all this. Yeah.
So you mentioned earlier that IBC owns and you're also director of Fifth Wind. Like, what is that?
So
tell us.
Is it off the record? He's like, is this recording? So we'll be recording this whole time?
Yeah.
Well, Fifth Wind is a micro business that was started by a man named John Childs and another student by the name of Efrain Sanye. Efrain is Peruvian, so he's from Peru. Anyway, they started this business selling, replica trail signs, hiking trail signs, and other works of art. Like I said, a lot of woodworking stuff. It was started to help students, gain a skill in both, working with, wood and artwork, and then get some skills in business stuff, acumen. So IBC owns Fifth Wind, the business, and I oversee it. I make sure the wheels are turning, the people are grinding, and I help them make money, yeah, just to put it simply. But what I mainly do is I in the process of that, I help students with gaining skills, skills in soap making, like yourself.
Yes, I am a soap maker here at
Yeah.
IBC. So one of these days it'll transition to candles. I really want to make candles.
Yeah, light the world on fire.
Yeah.
And wash it clean. Yeah, that's pretty much it. To put it simply. Yeah. The name Fifth Wind actually comes from scripture, and I always tell people it comes from scripture, but I can't remember the scripture passage. But it says, there's four winds, right? North, east, south, west wind. But the fifth wind, there's a fifth wind that's unknown, well, in a sense, and it's referring to the Holy Spirit, and so that's where we get our name from. We do have a generic version of our products called Broken Wind. It's like the great value of our stuff. Yeah. Yeah, so
one wind.
What's that?
One wind.
One wind. Yeah. What was I gonna say? Oh, so we sell our products all over the country. You can go online and look up our website and order stuff, or look at, we can send it anywhere in the country. We sell our products also in local stores here in Flagstaff. I think there's about 4 stores here, including a coffee shop that sells our products. And I'm trying to branch out to the Grand Canyon, the Snow Bowl, and out towards Williams as well. And we're currently working on getting to Colorado. We were in Colorado and New Mexico for a while, but kind of lost contact. But we're gaining those contacts back. Oh, and Tucson too, and Sedona. Well, dang, I kind of forgot about those people.
Yeah.
Sorry if you're listening. Yeah, so.
Tuba City Market.
Yeah, Tuba City. Well, my John was like, "You should go out to Tuba City and try to sell this stuff." I was like, "Man, ain't no native gonna buy this."
So it's just gonna be what do you call it? Wood for the stove.
Yeah, it's gonna be firewood.
For like most natives look at stuff and be like, "Man, I can make this myself."
Yeah, for real. That's the comments I've gotten at some markets I've been to. I'm like, all right, well, go home and make it then.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's Fifth Wind.
Dang. So thanks for all that. And I just asked you where you're from. No, I was kidding.
Talk for about 20, 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Just like Grandpa.
Yeah. Well, so last episode, it was Will and Kelly just kind of talking about a daily life at IBC from a student's, I guess, perspective. What we do, kind of things like they do, and how their day kind of goes. I believe it was mainly a Tuesday, because it's our busiest day here at IBC. It's really packed, and so I guess from a staff, faculty perspective, what do y'all do? Like what's a normal Ortiz day like?
Yeah. So I wake up and greet the sun. Do my offerings.
With the Fifth Wind's sawdust.
Yeah. So a typical day for me as a staff member, I live right across the street, so from the campus in the trailer with another student. Well, I mean, a student, Sheldon. He was on the Hope team before, so.
Oh yeah, you guys remember Sheldon?
Yeah. R.I.P. Just kidding. Yeah. No, he's at the trailer. So he's resting over there. Anyway, yeah. So typical day for me, wake up, get ready, ready for the day. Come into the office, do some reading, some research, because teaching. I gotta kind of try to keep up with events and whatnot. Emails, a lot of emails. We communicate a lot here. Most people would think, for a small Bible college, you would just see your coworkers at any given moment. But I mean, we're all wearing different hats here because not only do I do Fifth Wind stuff, but I also am the men's residential director, so I oversee the dorms, make sure y'all are doing okay. And then what else do I do? Fifth Wind, I lead a men's soul group that deals with abuse and trauma. I'm also pursuing a master's degree. Teach 2 classes. Gotta take care of Sheldon. Put water in his bowl.
He's also part of the Sunnyside Gospel Choir.
Yeah, yeah. Or AKA Daniel y los Gatos. Well, I mean, for listeners, it's the music team here, so I'm part of the music team as well. So yeah, I got quite a bit going on. So yeah, a lot of emails, and then, well, I guess a Tuesday, I can describe a Tuesday from a staff member's perspective. Tuesday, chapel. We got chapel that we go to. Music, listen to the speaker. Sometimes I'll go to the back and work on more emails. And then in the afternoons, after lunch, excuse me, burped. Like, speaking of lunch, I work on my lesson plans. Well, actually, I teach a class in the morning too on Tuesdays, so got that. Then chapel, lunch, and then get into more just developing my curriculum for classes. Try to handle Fifth Wind stuff within that 1 to 2 hour window. Sometimes I don't get to everything I need to get to, so I have to put it off to the next day. But if it's urgent, I'll do it. And then I usually have a meeting either with one of the staff members, or I just keep working until 5:30 rolls around. Or no, 4:30. Then we have our student leaders meeting that I attend with these guys, the leaders. And then after that, I go to the gym, pump some iron, gain, lift. I go do that. I go work out, and then I come back and eat dinner, and then work on some more stuff, mainly homework, because at that time it's evening. I'm off the clock, so do some homework for my master's class, and then go to the meeting, the guys' dorm meeting there at 9 o'clock. And then my day's over around 10:30, and I kind of just hang out for a little bit with the guys, just, shoot the breeze, just mess around, talk, whatever, and then make it back to the trailer, do a little bit more homework, a little bit more reading, maybe watch some SpongeBob. And maybe play a video game for a little bit, and then off to bed.
Yeah, so for you guys who don't know, Ortiz has an Xbox 360, so let's all laugh at him.
Yeah, laugh when your PS5s are overheating.
Yeah, so it actually is.
Burning a hole on your desk and your wallet.
Yeah, so for students, some of them get together to go hang out, go bowling, movies, hiking, or I guess just hang out. So like, do staff do that? Like, do y'all ever just get together, or like, what do you do for fun? Like,
oh man, it's like nothing, man. It's depressing. You guys don't invite me nowhere. So honestly, I'm a bit of an introvert. I don't really like going out too much. At the end of the day, I'm exhausted because of all the contact I do with people, right? I mean, as I said, I love, communicating, talking with people, joking around and whatnot. But at the end of the day, I'm just like done. So, I mean, there are times when the staff does some stuff. We'll have staff socials where we just hang out at a staff member's house, eat dinner, and play card games or board games or whatever, talk. Yeah, we really haven't done anything like hiking. There's a couple of staff members I do play like racquetball with or go hiking. But that happens like once every blue moon.
Yeah. Once every winter solstice.
Yeah. Yeah, when the crow flies south. But a lot of what we do actually as staff members is we share meals a lot. That's one thing we do a lot.
We eat.
We eat, yeah, we eat, which is a great way to connect, but also just serve one another by paying for one another's meal or providing a meal. But it's a good time to talk, just air out frustrations or stress if we're stressing out or whatever the case might be, because it does get stressful and daunting for staff too. As with any job, probably, right? any particular position you're in, you're gonna run into stress. It's just the thing that matters is how you're gonna handle it. So we try to handle it through talking about it. But yeah, mainly what I do for fun is I spend a lot of time, alone. Not, yeah. See, sad. I told you it was gonna be sad. But I mean, that's because like I have an introverted lifestyle. I like to read. I like to watch, movies and whatnot.
By yourself.
By myself, yeah. Just like just like doing things by myself. It's okay. I don't mind. It sounds so bad, but yeah, I enjoy it. Always kind of been not a loner, but just kind of I've always been kind of to myself ever since I was a kid, because I grew up with my own room, so like I always had my own room, so the door was always locked.
It's like even at staff meetings and stuff, you're the one in the back,
yeah,
in the corner,
my hood on, yeah.
So they all have inside jokes, and you're just sitting there.
Yeah, just dying a little bit inside. Nah, when I'm with people, I try to be there with people. I try to be engaged, and then when I'm by myself, I'm just doing my own thing. Let the hair flow, let it out.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that kind of is all the time that we have. Yeah, this was my uncle. Nice. Uncle and Neff. That's
Uncle and Neff show.
That's gonna be the title of it. You can put Uncle and Neff talk.
So, share wisdom with you.
Yeah.
You're messing up too much lately.
Yeah, so that's kind of all the time that we have. Yeah, this was Ortiz or Joshua. Yeah, So the thing about IBC is and staff here is that like because we're such a small school that like I don't know what it is, like 2-1.
Yeah, there's two staff members per student.
Yeah, so it's pretty small, so we're able to kind of hang out with each other and stuff like that. And like I said in the beginning, Ortiz is my mentor for some stuff, but he's also like a friend. So like he's something like I guess you would say kind of unheard of, especially in a college setting.
Yeah.
Like even in high school, like you don't just hang out with your teacher and stuff like that, unless of course they're related. Like one of my PE teacher was my uncle, so I saw him at school, and then I saw him at home. So so that was like kind of like normal. But like other than that, yeah. So and because of that, they also don't really have that strict code of like you have to call me by my last name because you have to respect me. So
you do.
Yeah. So yeah, that's why I call him that. But yeah, so some staff here, you'll call him first name, like the president, Jason, or who was another guy? Another one here, his name is Clint. So we just call him Clint.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then there are some people, who I guess just it kind of flows. So like for Ortiz, it's Ortiz for me. That really ever call him Joshua or whatever his first name is.
Yeah. He's like, what is your first name?
Yeah. So it's been a while since I heard it. Because it's always Ortiz or uncle. Or sometimes I'll call him Chekwa, which is a mixture between Grandpa for Navajo and Grandpa for Hopi. So I just combined it because that's how old he is.
Yeah.
Gramp.
Yeah, you guys can't see me right now, but I'm walking with a cane.
He's like, oh, I don't need it, but I'll just walk with it.
Yeah, it has a sword in it.
So with a little snake.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's one of the things here. But yeah, so it was cool having him here on the thing and kind of letting you guys, I guess, part 2 of what Will and Kelly talked about last podcast. Yeah, like from kind of just life here at IBC, but from staff's perspective. And yeah, I do know that they have a lot of meetings. Monday, I believe, is their meeting day.
Yeah, so the official name for Monday is Monday Morning Meeting Manic Madness Meeting. Just kidding. Yeah, there's like at least meetings all day, so.
Yeah, so that's when we don't see them, and that's when the students party.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, thank you for, I guess, taking time out of your busy schedule and joining us.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well,
And
so I get checks in the mail, right?
yeah. Oh, I guess if you have any last minute encouragement to our viewers, this message is brought to us by viewers like you.
Made possible by donators like yourself. Last minute encouragement. My final thought, Jerry Springer. Just keep on keeping on, I guess. Yeah, don't give up. Like, you got so much more going for you. And give it to God, give it your best, leave it all on the table so at the end of the day you can sleep well, sleep good. Yeah, that's a garden, make it work for you.
It's an old native proverb. Yeah. Like, you better don't.
Yeah, you better don't, yeah. Yeah, it's better to be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war.
So, okay, we better end it.
Yeah. All right, yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay, Janice is going to be taking you over to weather. We're going to be looking at Flagstaff and Phoenix. You're going to be coming in with the heat. So, bring it on.
Oh, it's Valentine's Day, and remember...
okay, that's enough. So we gotta end it.
Yeah, that's all I got to say about that.
All right, later. Good night, y'all.